Ah, wrong button. Way to start a stream like that. Here we go. Coming back in. All right, there we go. So I am Slipstream. I am joined by Master Blaster. And welcome to week 4 of Coach Rivals, where we're going to have Victorious Secret versus Netflix and Phil. We're going to jump right into draft. I think that everybody's just about ready. And then we will get some player intros and team intros after that. So I'm heading over to draft. And that is coming up soon here. Let's get this draft link going. And looks like we've already begun right on time here. All right. Now, I'm not sure quite where the target bands are going to land this time. Both teams went 1-1 last week, and there were multiple outstanding performances.
It really depends if they want to let some of those players from last week get some of those champs that they got. Or are they just going to allow to get rid of some of those picks that the players are comfortable on and some of their mains and get rid of those players, whether they feel that they're going to be a threat or not.
And we see the Rengar and the Kazakhs targeting, I believe, Chief Ari there. Last week he played on Kindred and Rengar. And MF could be banned towards Careless Wanderer. That is their preferred champ.
Yeah, definitely. With Careless Wonder has a 73% win rate with MF, and I don't care what comp you play against somebody. If they have a really high percent win rate, I don't want to have to play them. They're too comfortable in that. I want to get them out of their comfort zone.
Exactly. And man, that target ban at jungle was full bore there. Hopefully we're not giving Swoko any PTSD. And jungle gets first pick there just to make sure. Yeah, we're aware of the audio levels on the casting. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I will talk as loud as I can. Hopefully that's a little bit better. But definitely their jungler, he definitely would have wanted Kha'Zix, but going with a good solid Amumu lockdown is really well. That should come in handy later on. We have a top band looking for our first pick from Netflix and Chill. We already know the jungler, so there's a good chance that Chicas will go. Now, Amumu is his top champ, so potentially a Poppy or possibly a Warwick may show up.
Maybe. I'm kind of expecting to see them first pick for Kairu. Kairu really popped off last week with 11.39 KDA, the highest CS, and the highest damage on game 2.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see, though.
Especially if he plays a champ. I think it was Kaisa last week and also Aphelios. And both of those champs play with the static Shiv really well. So that may be helpful. But he definitely loves his Jhin and his Ezreal.
And it looks like we might have an issue with draft links. So we might just reset that.
Definitely going to start the counter all over again. Maybe we're just getting a
Yep.
little feed.
Yep, give us just a sec there, and we will get some draft links reset. In the meantime, though, we've got some game history we can talk about. So here is Victorious Secret playing last week against Diamond MTFT. And again, we mentioned it was 1-1. You see a lot of damage coming through on top lane, where Ched was able to outperform Pathfinder as well as make up a high portion of his overall damage. And let's see. we'll also see pretty low CS numbers in the support lane, which makes sense. Let me switch over to some draft links just a sec. And I'm going to just play back our failover footage here. So here we go. Hope you guys enjoy this from Coach Rivals.
I play esports with MidTech because it helps me trade up on with my teammates and just helps me engage in a competitive field with them.
Because it gives me an opportunity to play for the school competitively and give me a chance to represent the school across the country.
I love the competition. I love playing against other people. I love beating other people. I love outmatching other people. I also love building teamwork and all those fundamentals for just life skills, really.
I also love video games, so it gives me time to play them, and I just want to compete because it would be cool to compete.
I get to know a lot of cool people. They're real nice. They're real good at the game.
All right, we are back, and we're heading over to draft. This time, hopefully everything's working well. So bands should be coming through exactly the same as before with those first couple. Sounds like the link lagged out, and they picked Bard for top lane, which would have been fun. Would have enjoyed seeing that. All right, now that Milo was played last week by Cartera in both games in support and had one of the lowest deaths out of anybody on that team across both the winning and the losing game. And I'm a little confused. Is that a second support, or is that a Morgana mid or Morgana jungle? It's kind of a spicy pick. All right, and that should be Fizz on mid.
Out comes a.
And Ray Binks on mid last week had a very high kills, deaths, and assists. Seemed to be fighting pretty much the whole game there. They've got a bit of a jungle champ pool, an ADC champ pool from before, so I'm not sure if mid is a new role. And I believe the Ashe pick is for Careless Wander for their ADC. Since Misfortune is banned out, that seems to be their second choice. Now the Aphelios is for Kairu, I believe. They were a team damage leader last week on Aphelios during game 1. And fun stats, Kairu got a pentakill killing C9's social media team once. They also played collegiate for 1 year. Got some more bans coming in. Continued bans towards jungle. Is that not an Amumu jungle then? And Kled gets banned. Kled was played by Ched last week against Pathfinder
Led top.
and did some amazing work.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Sona picked up by Victorious. And potentially an Urgot probably top for Victorious as well. We see a Trundle come in for jungle probably.
Yep, and that may be
Netflix and chill.
on Chifari. They played Kindred and Rengar last week, but those got banned actually. Yep, there's the Sona. So Death and Taxes last week racked up 21 assists in game one, giving them a 58% kill participation.
Over there.
Crazy. And you were spot on with that Urgot pick.
No, correction, they already have the jungle pick, but there's the Urgot. Urgot top going to Ched, probably do some switching out here. And then finally over on Netflix and chill, a Mordekaiser top.
Oh, hovering a couple there just to throw us all off.
Oh, he's faking with the Alawi. That's a great pick. I actually have that underlined if the camera was up. I have that one underlined.
Yep. All right, cool. So let's take a look at some histories from last week's games.
Netflix and chill, as long as they're in the right order. They're going to be passing themselves around a little bit, make sure that they have their right champs, and we'll slowly work our way into the Rift. I'm really just hoping for an invade. That's really
that's true.
Invade. Coach Rivals Classic Invade.
And it looks like our game client might have dumped us out here. Let me get that going again. Shoot. Oh, looks like Hernandez Teaches is on it. All right, so besides this last week, we've also got a 1-versus-1 matchup between Netflix and Phil and Shiny Kitsune. Here is the picks and bans from that last week. And I'm not sure what's going on with our game client here. I think it just dumped us from a idle lobby maybe. Or else that got bugged too. And here's the actual report from the game itself. You can see that Axion First was doing quite a bit of work up in top lane there. But Hernandez Teaches was able to do a lot better throughout the second game, where their team was able to kind of have Kairu carry and everybody else contribute pretty well to that too. And there we go. Okay, cool. We got a game up. Uh-oh. We can check out some team rosters while we wait too. So here is Netflix and Phil. And we have Cartera as a permanent sub too, who's going to be filling in for OSG Scrimsoli this week. And here is the roster of Victorious Secret.
And fun fact about that, but his
getting some full client rates here. And we can switch over to some player views too. Here is the top laner, Ted. He's one of our higher ranked players. Here is their jungler. Again, also a plat. And quite a gem pool there. Their mid laner. And congrats on the Esports Masters in business. That's kind of cool. And then Careless Wander is their ADC, I believe. And I would love to take some chess coaching. I've been playing a lot of chess.com and I'm stuck. My climb has ended. And then lastly, Death and Tax is their support. Congrats on the Rocket League state title, by the way. And then for the other team, Hernandez Teaches up in top lane. It was Shoutcaster 2 weeks ago. And shout out for StarCraft 2. It's one of my favorites. I like Yasuo too. Let's see. Give me just a sec. Sorry, we're trying to get everybody reloaded in here. Client just dumped everybody. Go figure. All right. And then Jafari. That is a diamond jungler. And shout out on breakdancing. That's kind of fun. And playing pro in Halo for 4 years. That's pretty cool. Here is Rogue Otters, their mid laner. And I'd love to see some Skarner support. And Keru, their ADC. And then depending on which week you catch them, we have Cartera, oftentimes playing on support. She'll be playing Yuumi jungle at some point later this season. But was a Poro Snacks powerhouse on Ashe last season in Tier 2. And OSG Scrimsali was captain of the Triforce Tryhards last year in Tier 2. All right, well, that is our player intros. We're still having some issues, so you guys go ahead and enjoy a couple more of those fun video clips. Here comes a classic. Still working on client trouble. I don't know what's happening. It's dumping people out over and over again. All right, I think we got everybody in. And Chase, just make sure you switch to spectator there. Cool.
I'm there. I got like 3 invites in a row.
Yeah. And it seems like it's just emptying out lobbies as soon as we build them. This may be a no-go.
Paper, scissors.
Looks like some other Coach Rivals teams got off to a successful game. So we'll just keep trying at this. Oh, there we go. I think I might have muted myself for a bit. All right, so we got it on the 10th try. Everything's running. We're taking a look at draft while client gets loaded in. And it looks like we got an Alawi and an Urgot being tanky for the whole team there. Junglers maybe a little bit too. Both teams have some long-range damage. Both teams have some good engage. Although Victorious Secret has both the Ashe and the Amumu to engage with, whereas Netflix and Phil is going to rely maybe on Morgana stun or just kind of charging forward. So we'll see how that goes.
Probably a little bit. Also, one thing that I'm just noticing now
Yeah.
is that on Victorious Secret, Raybinks is not in mid. They actually have a sub in Bullet Games.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that. I think Bullet Games mentioned that in chat earlier. I was a little confused by that at first. All right, good to know. I love the amount of target banning that was aimed at the jungler there. Wondering how far down the list Trundle is. Do you think we could be seeing some invades against the Amumu though? Trundle is one of those early skirmishers, right?
Rank. There better be some invades.
Yeah.
There better be invades. It's coach rivals. There has to be invades.
I was playing just some solo queue for practice yesterday. Ran into a 5-person invade. Almost made it out alive. It was pretty close. It was fun times. All right, so client's working. We're on spectator delay now. That's kind of awesome. It's going well. I should be able to bring up Mobalytics now and see what kind of analysis it gives us. Let me take a look through that. All right, so in top lane, the Alawi is favored. Jungle, I think, is confused there. That should be there. Yeah, I think it's confused as to which things where. I wonder if I can move them around. Wait, is that a Morgana jungle? No, that's Trundle jungle, Morgana mid, right? All right, this thing's a little confused. Down in bot lane, it looks like the Ashe tends to be favored, and the support difference is pretty minimal just based on champion selection only. And it looks like scaling is completely neutral across both teams, like total even scaling pattern. And both teams are coming in a little AP heavy, not nearly as much AD, so we may see some more magic resist than armor built. All right. So, have you been catching any of the previous games in prior weeks? And if so, do you have a favorite so far?
I have watched some of them, and they were. Um, I don't have a favorite one just yet. Honestly, I like watching some of the new teams that I haven't seen play before, new people to coach rivals. Similar to this game, where there's just a couple of people that I know that have played from previous coach rival seasons. But the fact that we have so many new people makes it that much more interesting to watch.
Yeah, a lot of names I don't recognize and playstyles I haven't seen yet. One thing I've been enjoying both weeks that I've been casting is first game seemed like a blowout one way, and you're going, oh no, this second game's going to be rough, but it actually ends up going the opposite direction. So some huge adaptations.
Well, and it also speaks to, especially if they have programs at their school in League of Legends, that their kids are also learning to make those adjustments between game one and game two, and that's invaluable to be able to learn versus like let's just run the same comp. We got this. I know how to beat that last one.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite things playing with Poro Snacks last year was watching Lirazel and Swoko and our coach Pathfinder in particular come together and just try to figure out the best possible draft for us each week. I think they meted that 2 to 3 hours, maybe more time on draft than actual playtime. It was pretty fun. All right,
I'm
have
sure there's some
client.
really smart
Let me switch this over to
players
that
out
mode.
there that has a. Well, if you plan for 80%, you don't have to do anything for 20.
Yep.
But it. However, however they have to do to plan. Coach rival matches are always wonderful to watch. They're always fun. They're always entertaining, and for casting and for production, there's always exhausting once it's over.
On the skins game, that DRX is a new one. I haven't seen that before. Oh no. Let's give it a sec, but I'm worried we have spectator client problems.
Yep, and we also see in chat that Bullet Games is saying that he's not subbing; he's the actual mid now in for that team.
Yep, permanent mid. All right, I'm gonna reboot client. This is tragic, but not completely unexpected. And unfortunately, if there is an invade, we may miss it because the spectator delay has to kick in all over again. So that is pretty tragic. In fact, that may take a full client reboot. Uh-oh. I'm not getting a spectator option on some of these. Oh no. Case, can you check that out on your end too? Oh man, it is totally crashed.
Hitting this reconnect button as we speak.
Yep.
I am back in. Looking at an empty Nexus. No, anybody can see is, oh my goodness. Here. All right, so it doesn't look like there was any invade.
Okay.
Classic 5-point. We've got red side Trundle starting up top.
Hey, if you go to a Discord screen share that, I will pick that up on stream.
All right, I got you. Shared it if you want to try to.
Okay, cool. I'll have that piped in just a sec.
All right, so instead of us commentating, we're just going to allow the players to actually talk in chat for us as they're doing stuff and responding. I think that'll be probably the most fun. Heavy trade down in bot lane. Sona pushing up, Ashe using her W with an early gank from Trundle. They're going to focus the Ashe. Sona can't do much to help out. Ashe is going to fall. First early kill to Aphelios bot lane. Fizz being a bully right now against Morgana. I think Fizz is actually a little bit stronger than that. Morgana, without her Q or her shield, she really can't do much to escape, and Fizz just run her down. Really gonna have to stay behind her minions and hope for a gank, but she'll get stronger as the time goes on and be able to easily farm with her W. Up top, normal boring as usual. They're just waiting for their sixes and a gank to come in and do their thing. Posturing, talking to each other. Both jumping at each other real quick. All I have to do is say what they're not going to do, and that's what's going to happen. So trades back and forth. Fernandez teaches does back off. They're both pretty low, about the same on both sides. Both working a cannon wave. We have Trundle moving his way through his top. Morgana is moving back. He's taking it back. Fizz did as well, trying to get that time with her minions under tower. Take a look at bot lane. We may get our first kill up top. Alawi's working. A little bit of action down there back in bot lane doing the push.
And was First Blood to Netflix and Phil there due to early invade.
Looking to grab at least one person. And that was really good on Amumu just walking in and waiting to use his Q until he needed. Oh, Amumu coming back in. Trundle looking to potentially help out, sending Vision, forcing blue side to back up, not knowing if he's coming or not. A really smart play using that Vision plant.
Urgot chunking Hernandez and forcing a recall there. Although the timing on it's pretty good. Not going to miss an ECS there. And Fizz is going to have to play around that CC ability on the Morgana. Morgana is fairly safe until that's on cooldown.
Top lane hitting each other back and forth. Urgot having to flash out safely underneath this tower.
Yep, Alawi doing so much damage when that E lands.
All right,
and problem is Urgot had no minions in front there. Anytime you don't have minions between you and the Alawi, gotta play pretty safe. Case in point. Oh, there we go. Got a scoreboard up. Awesome. Thank you. I love how that first kill goes over to the Aphelios. Bot lane spicy as always.
Try to get the first set of platings. Alright, it does appear that myself and Slipstream are timed a little bit different. What time do you have in your game, Slip? Morgana missing that Q, Amumu changing vision. First dragon will be up in just a few moments.
Nice, well-timed recall by bot lane there.
Clearing out some tentacles.
And looks like everybody's CSing pretty well, but this is one of the calmer laning phases we've seen so far. And Morgana's a nice counter to Fizz. I mean, Fizz gets that initial chunk, but Morgana's got follow-up.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, that shield helps protect her a little bit, and then once he lands before he's able to jump again, she can hit with a Q to get away, and right there, Fizz stalls the back. Fizz's R did come out there.
And a little bit of a fight coming up over Dragon here.
Red side looking to take the first dragon. Blue side's jungler is not there.
Oh, and Fizz assassinates one, but the counter kill comes through. Damage is chasing Sona. Will they be able to get away?
It's like they may get one more hit. Ashe may pop out.
No, Ashe is too slow. It's that immobile champ. But Amumu's hungry for blood, wants vengeance, and they'll have it. Nice double kill.
Turn it back around.
And question is, are they going to continue on with Dragon here? They are, looks like. Although timers are short, so Trundle's back on the Rift already. Looks like they're just going to path top, though.
I really think Amumu's probably just going to clear vision and back up.
Yep. Oh yeah, because bot lane's free to roam there.
Case in point right there we talked about earlier, where even though Fizz may be able to jump in and chunk Morgana, she does have some slows and stalls and CC for him to be able to escape even with a little bit of health. Looks like we have a gank coming top lane potentially. Trundle taking a long way through the river.
I like it.
Checking for vision. Urgot doesn't see it. Great post. They're going after the real Urgot. Please stand up. He does barely get out, but he's going to have to run for it. Get the wiggles. Does he have the wiggles? Yes, he's good.
I've been thinking more about it.
Trundle's
Fizz gets
taking
their
top
chunk off
side
of
vision.
damage off first, and it's a pretty big chunk.
Help with
So
that.
although the counterplay's there, Morgana's going to have to respect being at low health and being within threat range. Like right now, definite
She's
recall.
gonna have to almost recall every time Fizz engages on her if nobody else is around.
Right. And a fight over
Fizz is
Rift.
gonna be moving up to help the Trundle. Amumu's doing some damage, but
Normally I'd say Trundle should win that,
Fizz
but
is
Amumu's
not
up a
gonna be
level
helping Trundle.
and a fair amount of CS too.
Alright, blue side catches the Rift. Red side bot lane is pushing in, taking advantage of the 2v1. Sona coming back out there, but she's probably eating her way that way to pick up a little bit of speed. Try to help her bot laner, who is low on mana but high on life. Oh, Morgana's got the Fizz, probably going to force him to back push her minions again.
Turning the tables. And yeah, Morgana should have a push advantage. The Vision game continues with still no Drake.
Right now, 12 minutes into the game, we only have 9 total kills. Gold is exactly the same, and only one objective, correction, 2 objectives obtained. We've got no correction. Dragon's still sitting there.
Yep,
The
nothing.
Rift has been taken. Be interesting to see where they use it.
Everybody's running like 6-7 CS a minute though.
All right, we have
There we go.
bot lane, getting to help them catch up a little bit. It's not going to take all of it. It takes about 2 plates. But Trundle's using his speed to catch up to that Ashe. Ashe does not have any mana left.
No.
She is going to fall, go down.
The Ashe is toast.
Amumu came in to help, was able to get one. Sona's keeping Amumu alive, going in for another kill, but Sona was unable to complete that. And Aphelios barely making it out alive.
So little health on Kairu. And looks like the support there is keeping the dive from happening. I'm sorry, that's Rogotters in mid lane protecting their ADC from a dive.
Turret plating will soon fall.
And at this point, I think Netflix and Phil could go for a Drake. They've got a little bit of
Red
tempo
side's
advantage
still
on the
on
map,
the
it looks like.
One level of ability, but going in and flipping Alawi over. No minions in front. Alawi taking the advantage there, pushing Urgot back.
Ooh, ulti
Getting
lands.
the kill, it looks like he's going to go down. Oh, without a flash, unable to follow up on that Fizz and take the kill. But Fizz will have to back, and good timing as well because it's the minions are pushing on red tower.
Nice juke on the E.
All right, Morgana's teleport coming in, trying not to miss some CS. We do have posturing in the bot lane. Milio pushing up a little bit, but still staying side by side with with Aphelios. So good positioning down there. Not much can happen there.
And Sona should be able to heal that back up.
Allow a clearing vision up top. Taking advantage of that one level up in the Urgot by being able to push in and hopefully take that first tower and create some more pressure on other places of the map. Looks like we will have first tower here momentarily. Fizz going in. Morgana with the E block, well done. Oh, a missed ult by Fizz. Trundle coming into the mid. Doesn't know he's there. Trundle finding the Fizz. Fizz trying to escape out. Pillar coming up, following, and it looks like he's, Mumu saving. Helping
Though.
Fizz get away. Now it's a 2v2.
Roams by everybody, turning it.
In.
Support goes down.
Sona going down, but Sona also saving the jungler and the mid lane.
Yep, that's what the support's for. Good job, Death and Taxes.
Well, I do like the plan that Red Side is having right now, where most of the ganks, while they are on top and bot, most of the ganks becoming bot and put in a lot of pressure and help that Aphelios get stronger and stronger. At the same time, Alawi's being left up top by herself just to kind of push and bully the Urgot using her level advantage and hopefully just putting a ton of pressure on top lane and opening up the map for everybody else.
And it's a pretty even lane up top. But you're right, Alawi's been able to go fishing under tower pretty well and bring that first tower down.
Oh, I pushed tab. Sorry, let me push that back up there again. Boop.
Let's go.
And we didn't notice it, but
towards mid
First
and
Dragon
try
did
to,
go over to
Is answering.
Victorious Secret. Must have been a ninja move.
It did, but you
Yep.
know, I was looking up some stuff just because I like numbers, and statistically, taking the first dragon only gives you a 30% chance of winning.
Well, that sounds bad.
We have a big
Oh,
fight
huge
up
team
here
fight.
in front of the rift. We're Malawi TPing in. We're blocking down the Amumu. Urgot has fallen. Amumu doing what he can, but unfortunately we do have a drop.
And everybody just unwilling to disengage
Chad
on that.
Chickas
They're just going to
and
stand and
Bull Games
fight.
all fell, but on red side, only Rogue Otters dropped.
And yet, Blue comes away with Rift Herald on that, despite Red winning the fight.
So with 3 players down, they're going to push, take a mid lane. All right, so blue side has no more tier 1 towers. But they do have Dragon and Rift advantage, having one of each.
Yep.
And right now, Amumu is holding on to the Rift, so they did secure the Rift in that fight.
And they're looking strong in mid and jungle, which goes right along with having some of those objectives secured. Possible blue side push, gathering some steam in mid here. Nope, going to defend jungle.
So in 1 minute, we're going to have a Mountain Drake pop up.
Yep.
We'll see if with definitely tower advantage. Red side will probably go after that, close to when it's doing. Right now, no really reason to fight anything. There's no objectives up. They just need to be vision and posturing a little bit. But blue side does need to have some urgency.
What do you mean no reason to fight? We got highest damage stats to feast after. You're right, though. Nothing going on.
Look, I am a iron player struggling to stay bronze 4. I always play safe. Amumu going in, grabbing the Trundle. Pillar coming up. They're running down. Trundle have a fight behind him. Fizz going in. The Alawi coming in. Fizz jumping back out. A lot of poke, a lot of agitation. But red side did push blue back a little bit. I think they have vision advantage.
Yep,
So
and
they're
Amumu is
here
gradually
ready
recovering
for
some health, but did get chunked a
Mountain
little there.
Drake. They
This is
should
the
pull it
end
out
result of that.
mid-river. And right now, blue side's going to make their way around through bot. Dropping the Rift Herald. Maybe a quick pick. Oh, red team has gotten it. We still have two
Yeah, but are
fights.
they
We
going to
have
get out
2 red players.
alive?
One red player is down, a blue side down as well. Urgot pulling one in for an easy kill. Is Urgot going to be able to get out alive? No. Correct, yes, with a lot of heal. Morgana making a run for it. Ashe following up with tons of damage. Fizz coming back in, running everybody down.
Ouch. Couple assists going over to Aphelios there.
All right,
Although
so
that
that's
entire
pretty good.
team
They got
gets
a
knocked
dragon.
out. That is a full ace.
They got a,
Well, they
they
still
got,
got,
the dragon. They got team wipe. They're going to end up with 2 towers. That was a pretty big fight that that blue side just won there.
Yep.
Completely balanced out everything in this game right now. Pushing hard since everyone is still up. Emilio only there to be able to kind of poke at him a little bit, but not much. So they ended up with a total of, what, 4 towers and a dragon off of that one team fight.
That's awesome. Swung a gold lead. About 1,000 ahead now.
So Sona trying to be a tasty treat right there, but Trundle decided not to take the bait, knowing that somebody's got to be in the jungle there.
You're in my kingdom now.
Red side all in their top jungle, really looking to kind of focus on that Baron, really giving Alawi an opportunity to push on bot side all by herself.
And with
Clearing out
TP
some
available
vision.
too, I really like that. They could push pretty far in as long as they can keep
Yes,
vision on where everybody is.
And not even going a hole breaker, which is really good on split pushing, but just going with some slows and some really carving out damage with the tanks.
Yep.
So Urgot's moving down to match. Blue side is really up top, focusing on clearing out vision and maybe posturing for a Baron. So, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Do have a disconnection. Maybe a pause coming in. Nope,
Yep.
they're ready.
Cool. And our stream delays seem to have just eaten that for us, so we're still going.
Unfortunate flash there.
And that is 3 versus 1 top against Morgana
Kill
there. Ouch. Thought they were behind the safety of that outer tower in the safe part of the jungle with vision line.
Blue
And
side
this
gonna
sets up
take
blue
this
team for Baron.
While red side is going to be pushing mid, potentially taking an inhib. Red side will get an inhib, so they're going to have to trade off. Urgot's going to come down and try to protect, but I don't know he can do much against 3 players. Blue side got a quick Baron. They're going to do a quick back. And instead of being greedy, red side is backing up, but they're going to go push that Urgot with a really close tier 2 tower just ready to go. Urgot's going to have to be careful because they're now 4 players down there on red side versus his. But the rest of blue team is coming in. We may have a weird jungle lane fight. Urgot flashing over, taking out, helping Fizz take out Vilio. Urgot pulling in another player. Blue side with the Baron buff, really putting in some work. The players, Filios and Morgana, are going to have to run. Fizz has an opportunity to be able to catch up. Looks like they will kind of catch the Morgana, but that root slowed down. Ashe just out of range. Looks like Morgana and Aphelios are going to be able to make their way out safely, reset, and hopefully get back into a good team fight. With about 20 seconds left on the majority of the team coming back for red side, and we have 46 seconds on the clock for the next dragon. Vision being laid down, recalls being done, looking at probably another good solid team fight in the river at Dragon Pit.
And what's interesting going into that team fight was, right after Baron, 2 recalled, and 2 proceeded across the map to cut them off, and kind of timed it all so that they came together in a nice encirclement. So at any given point, it looked like red team had numbers advantage, but then they got fully collapsed on.
They did, and the good part was that none of the blue side were by themselves. Like, they were walking with somebody, so it definitely helps making decisions like that better. But the ranks of the players of both these teams, it's understandable how that would work out. We have a quick gank up here up top. Urgot's going to try to fight his way through. Alawi putting in some work there as well. But unfortunately, just not strong enough for a 2-team. Blue side going to be taking the Cloud Dragon.
Yep. Looks like Morgana's Rod of the Ages is finished.
Tier 2. Going to keep pushing.
But even with that level boost, still 1 behind Bullet Games there on the Fizz, who's racked up 10 kills so far.
Yes, he has, and with only 2 deaths, so that's good. His mobility is really helping him being able to disengage and re-engage, get over the walls. Red side's done a great job of trying to push him back, but his burst damage on some squishy players on the other side really to his advantage.
Yep.
So we are going to have a Cloud Soul. I don't know a lot about dragons and how the souls and all that stuff work. I do know that Cloud allows more speed, but I don't know exactly how much speed can be used with some of these champions. I know Sona's E will help her speed up a little bit. Trundle ability where he puts down the big ice circle and he can fly through that. That really helps. I think when it comes to soul, that the Cloud Dragon gives movement speed after an ult, I believe. So after you do an ult, if you've got a CC as the ult or a slow ult, it allows you to close on that distance if they try to flash or move away real quick.
We're seeing red equalize a fair amount. They've kind of closed that gold gap. They've got most of their lanes in a neutral state. So a little bit of a recovery there.
All right, looks like we're gonna have another collapse down at bot lane, trying to push to get that second and final tier 2 tower. Sona's down there to help out the Urgot. As an enchanter, she's super strong, and be able to help Urgot out. Fizz taking out a player, jumping in, timing it. Oh, great hourglass.
Yep.
Just came back in. Morgana's R got that last little pop. But Ashe is going to probably run down the Morgana. I think she could have probably gotten her there. But not knowing where the rest of the red team is, I think it's a good idea of backing up.
And that was a great Ashe arrow immobilizing there too. But so much damage coming out of the Fizz.
Absolutely. And one good
And
thing
Amumu
that,
has
Bullet
just
Games is
pushed the
doing
top
right
tower.
now, I had the pleasure a couple seasons ago being a support for his ADC. God bless him, he had to put up with a lot because I didn't know anything. But he is really good at doing information, letting his teammates know in chat what's been used and what hasn't been used, both during and after fights.
Nice.
Unfortunate Amumu running into that Trundle right there, but with the backup of Sona, Trundle's going to have to make a run for it.
Yep. And Fizz is getting back on the map. Meanwhile, the top laners are still an island unto themselves. There we go. Now it's a 2v1.
Always matching. I do like that flash, even though Urgot probably wasn't going to get the Alawi. The fact that their flashes are now synced, Urgot will know when Alawi's flash is back up, so that's really good information. Alright, we're going to be pushing down here in the bot lane, looking to get a tower, fight in the jungle, 4v2. Bullet Games taking out, making a run for it, but unable to keep the run going. We do have 3 chasing down Morgana. Aphelios there to back Morgana up, but is going to have to parallel Morgana as they run. TP coming in for blue side into the bush. Red side deciding just to back up. Urgot's fast 8 feet, running people down, but they decided to back up. Everyone's posturing right now. We do have a Cloud Drake up.
Ooh, fun trick, hit A.
Great engage by blue side because red side's Alawi's not there. Damage, taking away the jungler as well, just running them down. Urgot doing his thing. Pushing Morgana back. This should be a really quick and easy Cloud Drake. I don't think there's much they can do with 2 enchanters on the map. They're going to have to give that one. I think it's a good idea to go for this dragon just to have that 3 advantage and look for the soul in the next one. And then from here, still got 26 seconds for Trundle and putting pressure potentially on the Baron, but deciding to go back and spend the gold from that really good team fight, kind of reset, grab some vision, and go from there. Right now, blue side still has vision up in the red buff, but red side definitely, with the pushes they've been doing, taking advantage, dropping vision down in the blue side's jungle, so they're really easy to keep track of what blue side's doing.
And on Netflix and Phil, we still do have 2 teleports up. So we could see some split in there. Nice stun by Ashe. That allows them to disengage cleanly.
Yeah, the Sona's doing a really good job at clearing vision, also giving her boosts to Fizz and Amumu when they've gotten into team fights, giving them a little bit of a shield and some attack damage speed up.
Trundle possibly a little bit overextended here, but it looks like Victorious Secret doesn't quite realize it. Able to regroup safely. Now it's Alawi that's kind of over pushing, but Alawi's got TP up, so they could push that all the way in and then still get out safely.
Yeah, right now only Baron is up. I think once the team gets a pick similar to here, maybe taking out that Amumu, getting rid of their jungler, I think that's should be a good Baron as long as someone else doesn't get picked out. Urgot and Fizz are really dangerous, but red side does need to get this Baron to really help them swing the pendulum back in the other direction, even though they have more towers up. They're just a little bit behind in other stats that helps even out this game. So Nubu going in, correction, no. So we have a fight right in front. Looks like we have a couple of red sides. Another great hourglass by Fizz. He's chasing after the Trundle. He's going to continue chasing because Trundle is too low and too juicy. And he's going to give it his best shot. So now they're going to be going after the Baron here. Baron is fully reset. Red still has vision there. But everybody's down for the next 30 to 40 seconds. And it should be their Baron.
Yep. And it looked like an awesome engage for the Alawi with the tentacles there. And yet, Victorious Secret was able to just put out so much damage and take people down.
Faster than my arrows? I think not.
Yeah, red side's or blue side's advantage right now is their burst is really helping them out.
Yep. And that is a Baron. Blue's pulling ahead once again, 5k up in gold now. Up in kills as well.
Yeah, I really think the objectives that the Dragons and Rifts and Barons have really helped blue side stay in this game, even though their towers and map pressure isn't quite there like red side is. But those neutral objectives have really helped them keep the game kind of even.
Yep. And this Baron play is going to continue on through the timing for that next Drake to spawn. So that could be a big problem.
Vision, but the Ash R saved her.
Multiple champions now hitting level 18.
Mumu with the engage, but disengages quickly now that we know where Trundle is. Mumu going back in. Really just trying to make something happen, putting in some damage there. Really, Morgana with her Q going after the Trundle. Mumu having to back out, not much more to get. Great job on bullets. Getting the Aphelios, their big damage dealer. Again, Morgana is avoiding Morgana's Q through his jump, taking that down.
And that is a
Super
soul.
strong right now at 16 and 4.
And I was really impressed with the engage on Amumu there, where they were able to go in and stun people and soak up so much damage while the backline did what the backline's supposed to do. Because at the point when they had the Amumu low enough they had to back off, there were other people already dropping. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Might be disconnecting here. There we go. It seems like it's back up. All right, blue's starting to open up the base.
Red side pushing all the way in their bot lane, waiting for minions to show back up. Looks like we have a second tower and possibly another inhib. We're gonna have a team fight inside of red side, having the posture around. Clearing minions, throwing out spells, trying to protect themselves. Trundle's going to try to run some folks down, but Ash W is just going to hit him and slow him down and take away all of his momentum.
And I think it'd probably be a bad thing to keep running down that lane anyway.
Lowry's going to go up top to meet that investment of minions.
And it's at the point now where there's enough towers down that one big team fight could swing this either way. Both bases are open.
Yeah, definitely. This is a ARAM fight away from being over for on either side.
You die.
We got 2 more minutes on another Baron and about 4 minutes on Elder Dragon. And one of those is probably going to help end the game if they don't do it beforehand.
I would be shocked if it goes that long. I think you're right. We're doing a 1-1-4-4, and there's going to be a fight.
Right now, red side is just trying to push the minions out, give themselves some breathing room while they're setting up vision. Little fight, tester fight in the middle. Ziggs is running in, trying to find some focus, able to get a few people. Aphelios running, but was dropped really quick by the burst power of Fizz.
And Aphelios was able to
He's coming
take out
back.
Chicas there from the back line, doing damage for as long as they could. His teammates were trying their best to peel. But this might be game.
Looks like we're going to be game one. It's done. Great job to both teams. Solid 40-minute game.
All right. We are back, and we'll get the second game going here pretty soon. Hopefully with no spectator bugs. We'll find out what happens there. And yeah, let me get us some draft links set up as well.
Well, that was a really great game. I think the teams and the champions they picked were really evenly matched. It really just came down to objective control, and blue side definitely not only having 4 dragons with Soul Dragon, but more barons than red side, grabbing the. They were really able to um, continue the pressure on their keep up with the pressure that red side was doing, even though red side taken down towers and pushed blue side all the way back to their nexus at one point in time and losing an inhib. The objectives out there on the map really helped blue side get back into the game and ultimately win against red.
And I have no idea how this worked since the spectator has been crashing like crazy, but it did actually manage to reconnect and pull some endgame stats here. So, like we saw, bullet games popping off on Fizz. Aphelios doing their darn best to try to counter that with 11-7-6, and pretty neck and neck for most damage there. Looks like highest CS goes to Hernandez Teaches up in top lane there at a quick glance.
Yeah, definitely was.
And I'm going to test out a new feature here. We have 2 replays coming up.
Team fight.
When it came to damage, Fizz was about speed.
This was one of the early skirmishes
TPing in with
where
locking
I
down
believe
the
red
Amumu,
team
Urgot
came
is
away
fallen.
with Rift Herald.
Amumu doing what
But,
he
oh, maybe I
can.
had that backwards. Maybe blue team got the Rift Herald, but red team mopped up. Here's a second quick replay. Maybe. Maybe not. Replay buffer 2. Okay, replay buffer 2 is not working. That's a new feature. All right, so I'm going to help us get set up for game 2 here. And yeah, tell us more about what you saw there and what you're expecting for match 2.
Well, match 2. I expect a Fizz ban to start off with. I don't think either team really did a poor job in their picks or bans. I think ultimately I don't think they were expecting a carry in mid lane. I do think that the Fizz verse is Morgana. It's a gamble, but they were looking for that CC and that sustained damage and some burn from her. But ultimately, the Fizz's ability to just jump over champion abilities and toss out some damage really quickly was. The Aphelios did an excellent job as well. Just needed more time to throw out all the damage that he could do. But just blue side's burstiness took that away from him, so it wasn't as effective as the game got longer.
And we're loading into
Good. I was
client.
taking
Hopefully that seems like it's going well.
Ted, the top laner for Urgot. I did.
Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
I did like his patience. I did like his willingness to go toe to toe with an Alawi, and they he could have easily given up and just like not feel like he could have done anything as much as he was pushed around. But he knew what he was capable of once the game started to go a little bit longer, and you really started seeing that in team fights by being able to engage, getting those long range ults, and getting rid of some the champions that were putting in some damage and really helping them out.
All right, lobby's loaded. Seemed to go a lot better than the last 10 tries. Draft should be starting in just a sec. And we will get you guys into game 2 pretty soon. Yeah, it's getting a little dark out here.
Yeah, we have a big storm coming through. Almost, it feels like almost every single night down here on the coast of Mississippi, with all the tropical storms and stuff. But it does help cool things off, and lightning storms are cool to look at from a distance. But
Yep.
hopefully we stay connected.
And we may see a repeat of those jungle bans. Kha'Zix's already banned. Moo this time. Yep, Rengar. There we go.
Yep, and they also got rid of the Poppy.
And the Fizz.
There goes the Fizz. I'm surprised that one was the third one. I would have done that one first, just for spitefulness, to be honest. Zach coming in on Netflix and chill. Hernandez teaches does have some Zach in him, so they're probably looking for some good engage on that one. And Victorious Secret getting rid of the Kindred, so yet another ban over against Chicas.
So do you think that the Zach is potentially a flex pick for top as well? Or is that a jungle?
Right. I'm pretty sure Zach is definitely going to be a top for Hernandez teaches.
Oh, my favorite!
Chicas
You just made me so
going with the
happy.
Warwick.
I'm
I
a
like the
Diana
Sona
one
pick
trick.
coming back in. They noticed that the last game was really long. Diana. Yeah.
That is my favorite champion. All right, I'm cheering for Netflix and Phil. She's got a biased shoutcaster. Oh, now that Nautilus is good for invades. If we don't get a client crash, we may see something pretty cheesy.
The Kled made it through top lane.
Oh, and Kled was wrecking people a week ago.
Yeah, I really like that Nautilus pick from Netflix and Chill, especially going into that Sona. Sona's not going to be able to bully as much as she does at the beginning of the game, knowing that she can just get yoinked and locked down by Nautilus. The first couple of levels, every Q that hits Sona is going to be a kill.
Yep. And I'm expecting to see a really long range ADC to help compensate with that. They can just sit back, heal up, and poke.
So we got rid of a set and Nidalee from Victorious Secret. The MF did not make it through, so I guess they're like, if you're not going to pick her early, they gave Netflix and Phil the opportunity to take MF. In fact, Victoria's Secret would have done well with a MF pick with Careless Wanderer, but I guess they wanted to hold on to see what the play was going to be. We do have a Sivir coming in, Victoria's Secret, so we're looking at some range on their
And some
bot
wave
lane.
clear. Just stand back and catch waves. I think that's a smart move. Oh,
There is the Kaisa. So he went from Aphelios second game last week. Now he's doing Kaisa second game this week.
and played well on both of them. That
So we're
Kaisa
looking at
is
our
designed to
mid laners.
dive in and
Those are
kill
the
some
mid
stuff.
laners. What are we going to pick? We know the Fizz isn't there.
Oh, I hate playing against Akshan.
Akshan. So
Yep.
Bullet Games looks like he's going to not only be putting a lot of damage, but bringing people back to life.
Oh,
Or
there we go.
no, he
Nico.
tricked us.
That's
He's
more
going
fun.
with Sneaky Nico. He's coming back as a minion, and he's going to be fighting red.
And that just upped the stress on Victoria's Secret. They're going to be counting every minion. Careful to walk anywhere. If that mid laner doesn't ping gone missing, the whole team's going to be shouting at him.
So
All
the
right, well, that's a pretty
support
cool
for
draft.
Netflix and Phil is Parchera. That's who it is.
Well, I'd say Netflix and Phil can dive in, but they may not be diving back out. So hopefully they get the kills that they need. A little early for Mobalytics, sorry. Pop that back up. Draft link. And
Very
looks
true.
like we're on our way to a successful client.
Well, the one thing I like about Victoria's
Oh, your mic's cutting out again.
I do like Annie's burst damage that she can have when her stun is up and R is available. And I also like Sivir being able to speed up everybody, including Kled. Like you said, everybody able to get in but not be able to get out. So they're really hoping on the damage they can put out, not necessarily over a long-term fight, but if Warwick can go a little bit tanky, and Kled is a strong tank as well. Having the extra life from Sona keeping everybody going, and just the damage of Sivir and AP burst from Annie, that could really help out Victoria's Secret. Netflix and Phil, they have a lot of engage, a lot of distance they can do. Kaisa can jump in, even though Nautilus may be far away from her. She can get in pretty quick. Zach can come in from sneaky angles all over the place, so I expect to see some really fun ganks, or from him. Even though he's a top laner, I still think some ganks will pop up. And then Nico, I hope I'm saying this right, but I'm pretty sure Nico's the one that can take the form of something else on the map. So
Yep,
it's going to
that's
be
right.
interesting to see, and hopefully fun to see some of the things that Bullet Games does with that champ.
Yeah. That champ is just there to make the whole other team paranoid. Yeah, you're right about Annie's burst and stun, but she's got to queue up 4 spells
It's
in order
almost
for
as
that
bad
to
as
come
having an
online,
Invis champ.
and then just kind of stretch that out.
True, but also the great part about Annie is that you can pretty much just drag your fingers across the keyboard and still get kills eventually. So as long as she CS is pretty well, excuse me, against that Nico, uses her Q to her advantage of killing a minion and coming back up fairly quickly, she can get to those 4 pretty quick. It'll be interesting to see if she camps her 4th shot stun. I know I do a lot, and so that hurts me, but it'll be interesting to see if she does it.
Yep. All right, drafting client's done. Gonna bring up Mobalytics here and see what the quick analysis is. Always my crutch in figuring some of this out. And looks like top lane, the Kled is favored. Jungle, so is the
Jungle, I
Warwick.
can't see that close.
Annie 2, Sivir 2, and Sona 2. Wow, it looks like our red side has one draft. That's okay. I'm still cheering for the Diana.
So I don't use Mobalytics, but does it go based off of the player that picked the champ, or is it just going off the champ itself based on all the data that Mobalytics pulls?
That is just off the champ for this kind of a setting. So those tags you can see on the left team, those are actually based off player API.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But the win lane percentages are just based off of like all data in this patch. So, some 1,000 number of games. And that's averaged, I think it's averaged from like gold up. I'm not sure if the setting includes some of the lower elos.
Good, because I can guarantee you I've affected Sona's ability to be above 50%. And Warwick.
Yeah, and I've definitely brought Diana's win rate down a bit, but now Stingy's a stat I haven't seen before. Oh, not a warder. Got it. And cold streak doesn't make sense. I guess that was a couple practice games. Cartera putting down the vision. And Hernandez teaches indicates they're
Yeah,
pretty good at escaping
one
from
thing that I
ganks or
love
seeing
about
that coming.
Cartera and her ability at support.
Yep.
Is that she places good vision. She just doesn't place vision wherever she's like, oh, here's a plant vision. Hey, here's part of the lane vision. Here's the river vision. Like the vision she puts out is very deliberate and really helps in gaining the max amount of knowledge versus just, oh, I'm a support. I'm supposed to put vision here because that's what the video I saw that one time tell me to do. So I expect to see, just like last game, some really great vision from both teams.
Yep, true. You can sometimes see those perfect vision lines going all the way down the room, the river. Well, any bets on overall win? Is it going to be a 1-1? Is it going to be a 2-0?
Like when it's come to this season, I think the 1-1 and the 2-0s have been almost even and almost exactly the same. But I honestly feel a 1-1 in this one. I really feel a 1-1 in this one.
Yeah, I'm on the fence. I think it was pretty close last game. There were a couple points where a big team fight could have sent it either way. It's a 40-minute game. All right, everybody cross your fingers. Client's loading.
Yeah. Oh, and I made a mistake a few minutes ago. I forgot that they switched sides, so I was looking at Bullet Games was doing Nico, but Rogue Otters actually be the Nico master today. I think after all the energy and output that Bullet Games put in on the last game with Fizz, he's playing Annie and taking a break.
All right, client worked.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Hear all the pings. Red side going 5 points.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
That's brutal. I love it.
It's a lot of gold all into the bot lane. And after the end phase comes comes in. The good luck, have fun from Hernandez teaches.
Minions
Silver
have
replying, you
spawned.
two. Kled calling everybody rude. But it's not a Coach Rivals game until there's an invade.
Checking again on sound. Is that better?
All right, classic leash on red side. Annie's back in mid lane. Gonna work on CSing. Nautilus being able to push up a little bit and kind of push people back. Gonna try to hide in the bush a little bit, but vision is there, so he knows he can't sit there too long.
Jungler is pathing in
Nautilus
opposite
does
directions.
have to be careful because he is getting chunked a little bit with that range of standing inside the minions.
Yep. I like seeing the Diana come the opposite way to Warwick. That way they can go for a scuttle without having one of those early
we'll see
fights
if
where they're at a
there's a-
disadvantage.
Yeah, we'll see. If there's a 2v1, I'm expecting a quick gank up at top, and followed by a follow-up gank with Diana at the bottom.
That's true. Getting that Kled ahead could be disastrous.
Or Warwick may actually go mid to Nico. Warwick's going for deep vision, trying to see where Diana is at, but he's gonna, unfortunately, wasting a lot of time down there, other than unless he drops vision, because Diana's still farming and Warwick is kind of just wandering around a little bit. But getting
And
back
Warwick
to
has
his
skipped
side,
3
he
kits in
continued
the
his
process,
clear.
too.
But the good side is that Warwick does now know where Diana is and can tell the team.
And a nice shove.
Great hook by Nautilus, followed up with a Kaisa. All kind. I know there was an exhaust, there is flashes, there is all kinds of fireworks. Lead coming down to mid. Looks like he's taking the scuttle. Red side bot lane is pushed in a little bit. Diana coming in on the Warwick. She does have an early game advantage against him, especially with her mobility and distance with her Q, I believe her Q. Diana looking down there, but the Warwick is also coming down, but maybe not because of vision in the river, so his plan was foiled. We got a lot of hanging out down here in bot lane. Diana can't stay there too much longer.
Nope.
So she's going to back, kind of stall out. If a red side comes up, she'll probably just jump right in. All right, there we go. Bled is, as we thought, is up there on top lane, just kind of bullying the green blob a little bit. But if we know anything about Hernandez teaches, he is a extremely patient player. He knows what he needs to do, and he's going to stick to his game plan, regardless if he's getting bullied or doing the bullying.
And this looks like Victorious Secret's getting a
Alright,
push lead,
Kled
but I'm
coming
actually
in,
worried
looking for
about
the
them moving
Diana.
up in lane. Do have a bit of a health advantage, though. Sona's been healing up really well. Completely mitigated any damage
And
coming
we
in.
got Mountain Drake up first.
And Warwick should be able to solo that. But it looks like they're going to rotate in anyway.
Yeah, and Mountain Drake's actually I feel is really good for them because it gives bonus armor and magic resist. And so some of their engaged champs like Led and Warwick, it'll really help them absorb as much damage as possible. The other champs are just throwing down damage from the back line. Oh, at the flash from Nautilus, but missed it. Red team has the dragon, but they may lose somebody with it. No, Warwick made it out. Amy dropping her ult.
Oh, Tibbers doing
Stalling.
so much damage.
Great flash by Annie. Nico missed the ult on everyone. Tibbers is coming in to help out. Tibbers, the last minute help. Maybe.
Man, Tibbers
Diana
MVP
going
of that
down.
fight.
Flint being hooked by Nautilus. Then there's 1v1, now it's 4v1. Nautilus fell quick. Yes.
I think that was some tunnel vision on the low health Sona. They followed that pretty far in.
teaches.
Tibbers just sitting there
Beating up
wiping out
towers.
the back line. Bright spot though. Hernandez teaches, gets plates up top,
Yep.
and that's keeping the gold even.
Yeah, I think like you said with Timbers, the great thing that Bullet Games did is that Timbers was out front fighting in the river, and as he was running back trying to create distance, the range that Timbers has from Annie was negated and came all the way back to help save Annie a little bit and fight some folks off, and that really helped change the direction of that fight a little bit, especially hiding around the jungle.
Yep. And Sona is stepping back really well and just letting everybody chase her. Partial roam, heading back.
Here comes the gank up top. They need that because right now Colette is at 2 kills. He is down. Down a level. He just leveled up. That kind of helped him there. Maybe he'll get back into this fight. And I think that level up from 6 to 7 is what really saved him there. Getting that little bit of health and being able to just stall it just enough to get his roaming pet, I don't know what the thing's called, back, so he's able to go. Nautilus engaging on the Sona, using his E with the shield. Kaisa has been exhausted, but putting out tons of damage. Nautilus just beating people up, but they're walking right past him. You hopefully up soon. E there, potentially just gonna fight it out. Maybe get the shield up again, maybe get a kill. Uh-oh, down to the last swing of the anchor. Tibber is able to get the kill. Or Sona, I forget which one it was.
I think it's Sona. Yeah, it's feisty down in bot lane there.
The question in the chat was who won the first game. Blue side won the first game.
And blue side was Victorious Secret last game. They've switched sides. Go, Diana! Oh, okay, that's probably smart.
Do you want me to just put the camera on Diana and we'll just
I thought
commentate
about
Diana's
it,
gameplay
and
the
I
whole time?
thought that'd be too biased. Plus, she's just farming right now. She's got level 6, though.
Correct, chat. So the red team in this game won the last game from blue side. Thank you for that correction. But the name of the team, Victorious Secret, was correct. Great response on that pause, using Timbers to stop it. Great stun.
Ooh.
Nico's going to have to back. Not much he can do there. Warwick coming in. Using a ult. Not able to get it. Diana saving Nico.
Oh,
and getting
huge
the
play
kill.
from the Diana.
That was a great
Amazing.
jungle reaction, saving Rogue Otters.
Yep, saved a teammate and picked up the kill. Love it.
There we go. Diana going in, clearing out the wave as much as possible, trying to save that tower, keep Annie from getting some gold. Annie's going to have to back because now the waves are going to be about even.
That's in kill
Guys,
threat
get
range
some
for
health
a
on her.
full
She wants
combo
to
from
continue,
Diana,
especially
too.
with Nico coming back.
Good call.
Well, top lane still about even when it comes to CS. Zach being up 82-75, but Kled's 2 kills not on top lane, but he's got 2 kills so far, and that gives him a 150 gold bounty.
Yep, and some plates to boot. Now, we have a miracle over here. There's a Sivir
Great ult by Knowledge
sitting
with
on
the
almost full
engage.
mana.
They're still there.
I don't think I've ever seen a Sivir on high mana before.
Unfortunately. Go. Warwick back at full health. Nico coming in, trying to do something. Good job, Diana coming in, taking care of the Warwick. Fight up top. There's fighting everywhere. Nico's being stunned under tower, but it's her, so it is okay. Red side is working their pushes really well, and blue side is backing up those pushes with Kled moving around, Diana helping clear some waves as they crash under tower to help save those towers as long as possible.
Yep. Might see a cross path mid gank here.
We do have another dragon up. We've got I think that's Ocean Dragon. We still have a Rift going. It's definitely a different game than last go round.
Ooh, Tibbers! Wow!
Almost getting Diana with Timbers, but not quite much.
That is going to force a
could do a
recall
lot,
prior to
but
Drake,
not
though,
by
and Warwick
by
is looking
himself.
for the dive.
But Annie could not have stayed in there. That was a great try.
Yep. And Warwick just misses Diana. Second possible
Here
gank coming in.
comes Zach.
Here's Zach doing what Zach does
Jumping
best.
in, grabbing onto Annie a little bit.
And he gets away. Smooth play by Bullet Games. Red team starts up
Going to
Drake.
contest
Looks like
the
it will be
Dragon while
contested,
Kled's
though.
gonna take a top.
And actually, I like them just
Right.
posturing while Kled
Back
goes
the
to work.
fight. Kled's going to be just... I don't know what that's called. Is that proxying the minions?
Oh, yeah.
He's
Yep.
basically just beating the wave early, so his wave is just sitting by itself.
And we see the
Warwick
red
getting
response
caught
coming in.
Go, not able to go in, but you know, it's probably smart since the rest of the team is there.
Blue team picks up the dragon.
Ocean
Nico
Dragon.
burns ulti early, trying to
Big fight
zone.
in there. Red side looks like they're going to come out on top. Zach getting out. Nico not being able to get out of the dragon pit. Warwick running down to Zach. His Q saved him there with that hill bite on Zach, taking 2 tower shots. So we're just going to calm down. We're going to clear some vision. We're going to reset. Kled's going to go back up top. Annie's going to push mid. We're going to wait for everybody to respawn. Nico back up in 5 seconds. And Annie's going to take advantage of that mid lane, try to push under and get some plates on tower. Oh, Nico's going to use her teleport at the right time as the minions get there, so hopefully she won't miss out too much. Kled looking to take the Rift right now. See how close he is to that. Really close, only 2,000 HP. That'll really help him. He's got it. He's going to push against Zach, but I don't think he's too worried about Zach right now.
I don't think Zach wants to
Diana
engage
going
on
the
him.
other direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that Kled got another kill down there in bot lane, it has 2 assists right now for the players. He definitely has the gold advantage, but a kill with Zach on the Kled would definitely help even out a little bit with not only the kill damage, but the kill bonus, and then also the bounty.
Nice big wave crashing. Sivir clears it so fast, though. There's no opportunity to siege up. Will that be a recall timing? Oh, nice. It could have been close. Oh, and we have a
Right now,
game
Annie's
pot.
starting
No,
to
we're
be
good.
a little more aggressive. Looks like we're going to have a gank down here in the bot lane.
Yep.
Diana hanging out in the bushes, waiting to see what happens. We really got to get that mid lane out of the way. That's what's unfortunate.
Here goes.
But Diana was able to get in there, grab the Sona. We're going to follow up. Diana does take it down. And unfortunately, with that many people around the tower's putting out a lot of damage, and Nala just isn't tanky enough. Oh, and he jumping
Oh
over,
no!
taking
And
out
he
the
crushes the
Diana.
Diana.
Not much you can do about that. Vision couldn't help him. Nala's going back in and grabbing.
I don't know if they even want to engage with Tibbers at full health standing there
Gonna
like
go
that.
down. Siver's going to get another kill. Siver now 4-0. Nico hitting, but just doesn't have the power to help. Siver with the distance gets a triple kill off
Wow.
of that gank.
And he died a while ago. Tibbers still doing work. That ulti is broken.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a normal thing, or maybe if you don't put Timber on something before you die, Timber just kind of stands there and hangs out for a while. Great engage by Zach trying to hold on.
Oh,
Clint's
look at
not gonna be
this!
worried about the
Racing the
damage, but
tower.
focus on the tower. Then he's going to turn his attention to the Zach. They're both even health right now.
Diana coming in though. Shield's down.
There we
He's
go. We got
dismounted.
Diana coming in. Looks like Kled's going to drop. Oh, great flash by Kled. Going to take the bush. They're not going to be able to follow him at all. And Kled got out of there with his no-death game and now a 400 gold bounty.
And Diana spent ulti there too, but he was able to blast Cone out before the damage hit. Hey, I have a question.
Siver
If
down
we're
to
in
work
no
as well.
fog
That
of war,
range is really helping out.
like we can see everything.
5-0.
Can we see Nico turn into a minion, or we always see Nico as Nico?
Yes.
Somebody in chat.
I don't know.
If we have fog of war off, can we tell if Nico's
haven't
done
seen
something
Nico change
sneaky, or will it
anything.
look normal?
No.
Oh, her icon changes. Okay. Ooh, boom! Big damage. TP coming in. Hernandez
Right.
teaches trying to
Another
help
big
out.
push by Red Side. Red Side's roaming is really helping them out. Mid lane's at bot, top is at mid lane. Gled took a tower up top, is fixing to take a second tower, and finally dropped to the rift. Held that thing for a long time. Potentially get a third tower. They're going to have to answer. Looks like bot lane is going to be moving up to meet Gled. Should get another charge off on that top tower.
Yep.
Get a little
And in the
damage
meantime,
from
they're
Gled's
picking up
gonna go
Dragon.
in Just to absorb some stuff. Took out. There we go. But it looks like they are going to get him this time. Maybe. Nope, he gets his monster. His orange bar is back. He's still fighting. Not only
Remounted, takes out one. Diana cleans up. But, I mean, a dragon on the right, a tower on the left, and one kill, 1 for 1. That was awesome.
It was, and on top of that, even though he had a 500 gold bounty, and that went over to the Diana, which really should help her out, especially with the kill and CS lead against the Red Side's Warwick. Kled still has 150 gold bounty. Our mid laner on Red Side also has 300, and Siver still at 5-0 with 10 assists, has 500 as well. So according to the chat, you got Neshama says you will see the transformation, but you should see a different health bar. I'll be honest, I won't know the difference. I don't think it's a normal set bar, but that's why you are who you are. You have all the information.
Kled has rotated around. It's going to be up to Nico
Right now,
to
Red Side
stop him
has
now.
one dragon. We're going to have another Cloud Soul, it looks like. Red Side looking at 3 times the kills at 20 minutes and about a 5,000 gold advantage.
As well as being up a lot of objectives.
But they definitely have top pressure, so they can't just ignore that. Right now, we've got Siver has gone to the top to help push waves against the Zac, but she'll still have range to kind of be able to avoid it.
I don't know. I think against the Zac, she might just catch and rotate. I don't think she's going to push him out too far.
That's the longest tower shot known. Zach probably pretty low. Warwick going to be looking to do something. Zach's going to go to the middle, but keeping Sivir up top and pushing the waves and being able to hit that wave clear is going to really help that red side keep the top pressure that Kled worked for.
Nice engaged
Zach
by the Warwick in the meantime.
Trying to get rid of some of the health. Zach not being able to do anything. Nautilus coming in.
And it looks like
Red
blue
side
team has
did have to
decisively won
back
that fight.
out. Red side only losing the Sona. Zach is going back in, hitting another damage. They're going after it some more. Nautilus jumping in. Nico coming in. Damage everywhere. One red blue side down. Zach is down as also. Kaisa's making a run for it. I don't think she's going to make it work. Was able to jump and grab her. Diana's still going. She's going to run after Annie. But with no
I'm wondering why Diana switched targets
abilities
there.
up, I think she's just going to go back and just play it smart.
And in the meantime, the split
I'm
push
not sure.
continues.
I think Warwick was healing pretty well. He was definitely a lot faster than her, so she just kind of turned.
Yep.
That's my guess. Diana coming in, going after the squishy Sona. That's done. Perfect time. Shield coming up. Get a little bit of help from Sona. Sona's going to sit for a second. Probably with recall.
But we have possibility of a 4-person dive
Juicy
coming
up
in here.
Oh,
and that Diana's dead.
Great. Hourglass like that coming in about Warwick's going to go
Yep.
down with that one. Great reverse pick there on blue side.
Yeah, awesome hourglass.
So they're going to kind of keep them pushing, get them back over there. We have got 45 seconds on Dragon. I believe, yeah, the other Rift Barrels.
And it looks like that recall could be specifically set up for that.
Yep. No, recall takes about, I think, what, 8 seconds. And then once they get back, buy their item real quick. And then I think it takes about 20, 25 seconds to get back to Dragon. So really
Exactly.
perfect. Not only that, but blue side really has to go on getting their waves pushed like they are here. Because red side, as they showed last game, was very good at being at objectives when they're available. Andy coming solo off to the side, but unfortunately her team backed off and was left alone. So we got 1-for-1 right now. We got a 4v4. Diana coming in, maybe an ult. Unfortunately, Sivir went down. Kaisa got her. Got a 3v3. Got some tanks up front. We're still at 3v3. Zach doing everything he can. Blue team has to back out. Their tanks are gone. The damage is still there, but unfortunately, Warwick hitting the fear on Kaisa and able to clear it out. That is going to be a free dragon now for red side. They still have about 20 seconds for everybody pulling up. I think red side would do well at getting to mid lane and possibly taking a tower. But they're going to, since both the bot lane second tier tower is gone and second tier on top lane is, they're probably just going to keep the pressure on those long lanes, force blue team to stretch themselves thin. Yeah, I just noticed that Sivir is running Static Shiv, and that's just, not only is she really good at clearing lanes, but that Static Shiv is just adding to how quickly it does clear lanes.
also kind of hard to fight under tower once she, I think their W starts to ricochet around.
So Annie
Because
looking
then
to
you end up
sneak
taking
up on the
damage too.
Nico.
It's multi-target. Nico running for her life. Good choice.
Annie dropped her ult there, so when she goes up to her next team fight, it'll be about 30 seconds when she has it again.
Yep. Although it's still going.
But Timbers has a shield too. He's ready to fight. Timbers with the engage, doing about 48 damage. But that's what Timbers. Blue side looks like they're potentially be able to take this mid tower. So does theirs to help freeze and health. Timbers got the range of damage, and Annie does not have the fourth hit. But Kled coming down to kind of push people off, and after this team fight,
Potential flank by Chicas here. Check this out.
Kled coming in, quickly taking out Knowledge off the damage. Warwick grabbing Nico. A little bit of a fear there between him and Nico the other two. Going out, Nico coming in with the ult, but getting dropped with the ult. Red side looks like they're going to do a full team wipe. Nope, Kaiser's able to get out. They're going to take that mid tower and go straight to Baron. Nope, they may go into him. Flashing in, but didn't hit anything. Enough to scare Kaiser until they get back. Probably hit one more tower. Nope. If they don't do another tower, they're going to go to Baron.
Take the tower.
Looks
You
like
got it.
Prioritizing Matt Pressure over the Baron. Kled's just going to go do Kled things. He's like, I'm coming over here. We're going to take this NDM 2. Perfect timing for that wave on red side to come down.
And they're going to try to get Baron on top of this with all that
Not
pressure they've got.
Have to make sure that that wave gets pushed. They are. See how quickly they're taking it pretty quick, but unfortunately, red side has got their lanes pushed pretty good. They've got super minions coming down the middle. They have to do it. Don't know where Kled is, so they gotta hang around. Got there just like maybe they'll take one of the red team members with them. Sona putting out her ult, freezing everybody. Damage taken away. Knowledge trying to make a run for it. Unfortunately, was dropped as well.
And this might be
going
game.
With Baron buff and all the minions being able to help. He's focusing, jumping back and forth between Zac and Kaisa. Unfortunately, the power of Zac and hits of Kaisa taking him out. Warwick coming in with an ult, taking out Zac almost. Zac flashing, and Sona getting the KS after Warwick did all the work. Yeah, I'm going to say it, but that's what supports are supposed to do. You're supposed to take all the kills. It's rule 101. Now, it looks like it's going to be game 2. Looks like we're going to have a 2-0 today against these two. Really good game. And very similar to the first one where red side stuck with the objectives and focused on that. And that's where they came out victorious over blue side.
That was pretty awesome. Let's check out some post-game stats here. Yeah, we have Chifari and Kairu racking up some damage, lots of assists, lots of team fights. The Kaisa putting out quite a bit, but it was not enough to go up against the Ched. Annie's ulti. I mean, that Tibbers did so much damage. And yeah, I think we've got 1 or 2 replays here too.
Yeah,
should be from earlier in the match.
31,000 damage, where Kaisa go. Warwick back at full health. Nico coming in, trying to do something. Got good job, Diana coming in, taking care of the Warwick. Fight up top. There's fighting everywhere. Nico's.
And let's see if replay buffer number 2
got
works.
a 4v4.
Here we
Diana
go.
coming in. Maybe
This was that
Bolt,
epic
unfortunately,
Ripper
Silver
fight.
went down. Kaisa got her. Got a 3v3. Got some tanks up front. We're still 3v3. Zac doing everything he can.
Thanks.
Blue team has to back out. Their tanks are gone. The damage is still there, but unfortunately, Warwick hitting the fear on Kaisa and able to fit.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Sorry about the technical difficulties on game 1.
Taking the replay. Was... Great job of bringing that in, Slip. Good job.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been learning the ways. I'll have a guide out soon. Turning on a light in your room would be good, though, huh? Of course, you're all set. All right. Well, hey, we want to thank some of the organizations that Coach Rivals partners with, in particular Phoenix Gaming Foundation, who put together micro grants for schools. So a lot of the fundraisers you see head towards that. That includes the Double Good Popcorn fundraisers, any subscriptions that go towards this channel, as well as some of the other organizations that you're going to see in the post roll. And thank you so much for casting, Chase. Appreciate it. That was awesome.
Hey, not a problem. Also, don't forget, go to Phoenix Gaming, get their new jerseys.
Oh, that looks good. All
That
right.
helps with those micro
And
grants as well.
signing out.
Plus, it's really cool. You can't see the color glit right now, but
I like the white highlights, though. That comes out really well. Oh, thanks. All right. Bye, everybody.